back to another exciting conversation with Coach Ricardo Miller and my special guest. We're going to have a great time today. Happy Friday to each and every one of you guys. Listen, I don't do the thank God it's Friday. I do thank God it's another day.
Yes.
And so every day is a great day to be alive. We call it effective living. Now, today we're going to have a good time because I got my brother here. I'm telling you, this guy, he ain't afraid to raise the roof and take it to the next level. Mr. Trini Green, welcome to Effective Living.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Man, listen, it has been a while. I've been following you online. I've been
Yes.
seeing God do some amazing things in your life. And
Yes.
for our viewing audience, do us a favor and tell us just a little bit of Trini Green. Who is Trini Green? Where are you at?
Trini Green, I'm a native of Marshall, Texas, born and raised.
Yeah.
That is my hometown. I love Marshall, a small, as they say, a retirement town, but we're
Yeah.
doing great things there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I went to Houston for 10
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
grew up, did some growing and learning there, and now I'm back home. I'm
Come
back
on.
home in the city of Marshall doing great things
Nice.
with leadership, and I'm the baby of five. Great. We're actually four now.
Yeah.
My sister, God bless her heart. But I'm here,
Yeah.
happy, living
Yes.
every day effectively.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, Trini, you have, I believe, discovered your gift early on, and years ago. Very early in your
Yeah.
life, you started tapping into something. I want to talk about that because one of the things that I believe is that there's a place where we belong, where our gift emerges, and we could do it effortlessly. It's
Yeah.
just this is what I do. This is what I do. For you, what would you say was or is your gift? What is it that you believe that, boy, this is what I do?
My gift
Yeah,
is teaching.
yeah,
I believe that my gift, and I've learned, and really, I love how you said it. I've tapped into it.
yeah,
I believe I can teach anything.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the a way that I actually teach, it's so to the point where people are drawn in
yeah,
and they learn
yeah,
so effectively. And when I
yeah,
when I tapped into that
yeah,
and see how they can remember the things that I would
yeah.
teach them, hey, I said, hey, teaching is my
Teach,
gift.
teaching is your thing. Now, years ago, 20 plus years now, you and I, we met,
Exactly.
brought you and a group over to the Bahamas,
Yeah.
doing a concert. Early on, as you look back over your life, when was it that you started to realize I'm going to be somebody more than likely in front of the room, in the stage, or helping to inspire? When was it that you started to realize, okay, one, I'm not going to be in the back. I'm going to be more the person in the front. Maybe it wasn't that you were aiming for the front, but
Right.
you ended up being one in the front. Well,
Right.
when was that like for to emerge for you?
Oh, I would say it was in high school. High school, really before the time that we met,
Yep.
just actually when I started the journey and got into, I would say, start evolving into the forefront.
Yep.
I would
Yep.
say about 1990. It was my
Okay.
freshman year in high school.
Yep.
And from that time, it just really started growing. Everything that was attached to me evolving into the
Yep.
front
Yep.
just started happening. And I
Yep.
just got into the rhythm of it. There's some bumps and some ups
Yep.
and downs, but I
Yep.
got into the rhythm of it. And when I started getting in front, that's when doors started coming and I met you and we had that opportunity. So I would say it was really about the start would say about 1990. So
Yep.
between 90 and 94
Yep.
when I
What,
graduated high school.
a lot of people, when it comes to the stage, when it comes to putting a mic in their hands, a lot of people, they freeze. They just
Mhm.
freeze up and they say, "Oh
Mhm.
Lord, don't give me no mic."
Right.
And I know,
Right.
being a professional musician that you are as well, you've met a lot of people who say, "I just want to be back up.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in front. I don't give
Exactly.
me no mic. I just want to be back up." When was it for you that you realized, "Give me the mic"? Could you just pass the mic? I will deliver if you were to pass the mic. When would you say the confidence kicked in where you knew if the mic was passed to you, or when did you knew, or when you would have known that hey, pass the mic to her or pass the mic to him because because everybody doesn't automatically have it.
Exactly. Exactly.
But when was that, and how did you see that?
Woo. As they say, realistically,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that happened now.
Okay. Yeah.
It happened now.
Okay.
But like I was saying, like in the 90s, it was just to the point where I was just in a place of, hey, Trini, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
all the people that you have, and
Yeah.
everybody's mantra is keep me in the background.
Right. Yeah.
I work well in the background. Keep me in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
So actually, I would say after coming into the forefront in
Yeah.
1994, and
Yeah.
I got into college
Yeah.
because it
Okay.
really expanded with other voices other than
Uh-huh.
the common voices, where I was able to say, okay, now you really have to showcase this opportunity for us actually being in the front
Yeah.
with your familiar friends in high school. Everything is comfortable. But when I actually went off to college and graduated, really getting into actually having my group as
Yeah.
well as working with the college choir,
Yeah.
that microphone was actually passed to me, and my college students would say, "Give it to Trini.
Yeah.
Trini can do it. He's the
Yeah.
man." So
Yeah.
I would say after
Let-
'94.
I got you. So let me ask you this then. Looking back, this is a twofold question.
Okay.
Frustration, the growing pain of becoming the voice on the stage. Let's talk about some of that. Let's talk about some of what you would have perceived initially. Man, am I capable of? Or I know you've hosted concerts, training sessions, coaching people, standing in classrooms, all of it. Where was the most frustrating element in embracing your gift? What would you say?
Okay. And I mean, it's so amazing that you're asking the questions, because the questions are actually going like chronological.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, after college,
yeah.
the transition.
Okay, okay,
Where do I go from here?
good.
Generally, in college, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to grow and I'm going to go into the world,
Yeah,
and you don't really get to thinking about your gift.
yeah.
Um, I would say my most frustration was the transition
Okay,
from what I started with. When actually I started, my choir was like 50 voices.
right, right.
And
Yeah,
then you transition down to sometimes like 12.
right. Yeah,
And then you come back up to 20.
right.
Then you get down to 4.
Yeah,
So that transition, through the whole journey, and it just really happened after college to really say, okay, Trini, you still have to work this out. You still
yeah,
have to remain consistent
yeah,
to what you're doing. Because
yeah,
I mean, the gift was there, and I really believe that it was something that I could really work with to really help people.
yeah. When you think about that and looking at people you've helped over the years, what has been some of the more frustrating pieces of what you see happen in others people's lives that keep them away from capitalizing on their gift? Because I know you've seen a lot of incredibly gifted individuals, and you're gonna have to push through this. You're gonna
Right.
have to learn and practice and do this, but they weren't prepared for it. What would be some of those things that others that you've seen as clients, or even individuals that might have been in different groups or classrooms that you've assisted over the years? What would you say has been some of the hindering factors that have kept some people back?
Um, the main one is them in their head.
Wow.
They have an image, and if we go vocally, they
Yep.
have
Yep.
an image of, hey, I want to get the mic and I want to,
Yep.
ooh, and I just
Yep.
want to, ooh, I want to do it like you.
Yep. Yep.
And then I say, okay, now that, I do vocal coaching, it's like now, okay, we got to start here. They don't want to
Yep.
start in that ground zero.
Okay. Okay.
They don't want to
Yep.
start at the very basic. They
Yep.
just want to get a mic and they just want to let it rip.
Okay.
And their overall frustration is, I can't produce what I'm
Okay.
seeing in my head.
Yep.
And then it becomes so frustrating, they give up.
Yep.
Even choir members
Yep.
coming in, and I'm
Yep.
teaching them, sing their part, do
Yep.
this, no, stop that, go up. And, they have so many things that I'm trying to teach to them. And then their head, they're just saying, can we just sing?
Yep.
And I
Wow.
know that's the greatest frustration, the image that they see, or who they hear in their head,
Yeah.
they don't know how to bring it to the
Bring
forefront.
it.
They don't know how to
Wow.
make it happen.
Wow. Looking at that, you start realizing, okay, there are just so much out there to be
Mhm.
offered in regards to giftedness, singing, music, learning, taking oneself to the next level. A lot has changed.
Yes.
You have been helping people maximize their potential. Why not just be, you know what? I ain't about you. It's just gonna be about me. Why others? Why have you, because a lot of people be like, man, listen, I ain't helping another person.
Right.
It's just about me, okay? But you've never been selfish in that element of I'm gifted and it's just about me. You've always been wanting others to step up. And even when you do your live on social media and so forth, you're challenging others to come up. Where did that come from? Why do you do that?
You know, as always, we're gonna say it comes from God,
Yeah,
but it's just when you learn about yourself
yeah,
and you see how authentic you are
yeah,
and how genuine you are, and you start in the course of you utilizing your gift for others, it really, I can understand now, and I look back over the journey, the more that I see the transformation in others,
yeah,
it helps me. It's the win. And I tell people now, when they don't come to rehearsal or they don't come to train or I don't have the opportunity to pour into them, I'm like, I'm deflated. I just go down.
yeah,
And that's what gave me the strength and confidence to continue on.
yeah,
If they say, hey, thank you for that, or hey, I'm really getting these techniques. They really work. And then I'm okay, it's
yeah.
really working. So that's what allowed me to become more about others.
Let me ask you this. This is off subject a little
Okay.
bit. I've seen people sing. I've seen people hit the stage. What would you say is the reason someone is gifted in the ability to sing, but not be able to bring the audience with them? I have seen people. They're singing, but it's almost just them singing, but they're not actually. I guess some people will call it ministering. They're not
Got
bringing the audience with them. What's the difference between bringing the audience and you just singing the song? Any
you.
description you want to give to our viewers for that?
That's good. My overall thing would be, and I'm a stickler about this, to practice, to really practice and see, even if you have to rehearse, how would you interact with an audience
Yeah, yeah,
personally?
yeah, yeah,
That's how you actually bringing people into the audience.
yeah,
Because even if I'm in the room, and I literally, even in when I'm in rehearsal, I tell the choir, hey, let's go, or even students, okay, I'm gonna sit back here and I'm gonna be the audience.
yeah,
And I give them that opportunity to actually do it. Now, when you're singing, I think it's where you're just in your head, and you know how you see some people and they're
yeah,
singing and they're
yeah,
like this.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're trying to envision.
yeah, yeah,
They're trying to envision. Uh-uh. You
yeah,
can't do that. You have
yeah.
to really practice. You have
Right,
to rehearse it. My main as a director is no surprises. If I'm
right,
practicing at home, I'm saying, okay, as a coach, okay,
right.
I'm teaching. I'm knowing how to turn. I'm knowing how to, even if I need to learn how to crack a joke or two, I
Yeah.
need to practice that. I need to
Wow.
know how to rehearse that and
Yeah.
maybe know how to connect,
Yeah.
even visually, looking
Yeah.
in your face.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think that's the difference between the two. To minister,
Yeah.
practice it. You
Yeah.
know, come on, church, lift your hands, praise and worship leaders. Come on,
Yeah.
pray, lift your hands in the, I mean, even practice listening to yourself,
Yes.
but never practice and you're closing your eyes and because the whole
You're
audience.
not gonna tap in. You're not gonna
Right,
connect. You're
right.
not. You may be singing well, but you're definitely not bringing the people with you. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Exactly. And you have to take the people with you no matter what's going on, because if not, your eyes are closed. There's really no connection. And I had to learn that.
Yeah.
The questions that you asked me, that helped me to train
Yeah.
and to be where I am now. And people like, wow, you know how to bring an audience in.
Yeah. Yeah. When let's go back to how things have changed a lot. You
Yes.
obviously there's been a lot of new ways of doing things in comparison to what people would have done 20 years ago. A lot of people today, it is only the gift, and
Yes.
there is no spirit on it. There is no God breathe on it. What would you say to somebody who wants to not only be gifted in learning how to control their voice and present a great presentation in that of song, but you want, my God, can you hear, see, feel God is with her or God is with him?
Right.
What
Right.
is some of that would you say is?
I think that a lot of it is because if we go with music and just a
Yep.
lot of things, I don't think people just really spend time with what they do.
Okay. Okay.
I think they
Yeah.
just do it the just
That's a,
because.
that is such a great answer right there. That is so well rounded. But go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, okay, come on in here.
That was loaded.
But they don't spend time with it. They don't even just, I say this a lot, they don't know how to take their gift and transcend it.
Yeah. Wow.
They just actually do it and it just floats along and it becomes dead. It becomes like a corpse and
Yeah.
it's a just because. And just like the statement that you said, they can't allow their gift to evolve.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm creating the life. The life does not become fresh. It does
Yeah.
not become new. Same even with music now. Music have changed, and it's like the sound. It's it's like people are not spending time with the songs,
Yeah.
with the
Right.
lyrics.
Yeah.
How do I really present this in a way that it effectively grab people?
Yeah.
How do I present this song in a way that it impress upon their life that when they leave me,
Yeah.
they can still hear
Yeah.
the
Wow.
hook.
Mm.
You know, they can still hear that little small line, even if it's just something that you just slightly did in a song.
Yeah.
It imprinted or it impressed on my life in such a way that I'm able to, okay, I can do it the next time because I
Yeah.
spent time with it.
Yeah.
And every moment takes a different feel.
Yeah. Hey, that's so good, man. That is so good. There's just so many levels of that because you mentioned a couple of things. I have a friend who he talks a lot about practice,
Yes.
and he's a preacher, and he talks a lot. And the crazy thing about it is, if he's watching this, he'll tell you he'll be there. He say, "Hey, you in the fourth row." I was like,
Right.
he practicing you in the fourth
That's
row,
it. That's it.
and so forth. He goes as far as that. But in addition, he mentioned too. He says for a lot of people, he spends time with, and he's a preacher teacher.
Wow.
But he said people don't spend time with their message or their lesson
Right.
to just allow it to marinate and connect with it.
Right.
And you're saying the exact same thing. So that resonates and connect at such
Okay.
a high level. Let's talk about the high and low seasons. Let's talk about you first, and then we're going to ask about others, how we've seen others learn how high and low seasons on the stage.
Okay.
You're in the front. Life gives us high and low seasons.
Yes.
And a lot of
Oh, yeah.
times when we accept a call, we don't see high and low seasons.
Right.
We just know that we want, we're in our call, but our call
Exactly.
has seasons in it,
Right.
And you're like, Jesus, I didn't know this came with it.
Right.
Of course it came with it. Everything has a season, right?
Mhm.
And so dealing with the high and low season, a lot of times, a lot of people a low season can break a person.
Yes.
A
Yes.
high season can even break a person because they just weren't prepared for that amount of attention.
Exactly.
Or some people, they weren't prepared to deal with that low of a valley.
Right.
In your life, has you been walking this Christian journey, as you've been walking this life out, what have you feel as though it's been the thing that's kept you in the high and the low season to be able to say, I won't let either break me?
The most powerful thing that the world possess, music.
Wow. Wow.
Music has been the glue.
Wow.
It has been the healing balm.
Yeah.
And for me,
Yeah.
it has been gospel music.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, just in every situation, like you said, the highs, the lows,
Yeah.
everything that was invested in me
Yeah.
Everything that I was afforded to create for as a writer when I was developing. I mean, Ricardo, I could take hooks
Yep.
and songs that I thought I had forgotten,
Yep.
hymns
Yep.
that when I was a little boy,
Wow.
become a grown man, and it's like, how did I remember that? And all the time, each moment would bring back,
Mhm.
and I was able to even spend time in that season. I
Yep.
was able to spend time with my gift,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it just, I mean, literally, it just grew me. It trained me for the next thing. That's actually how I was able to get to where I am now.
Yeah.
When that season came, a song would come forth.
Okay.
I could sing my way through it. I could pray my way through it. Sometimes I would just be reading in a book, a line that a book, according to just reading, it'll stick. A song would come up.
Yep.
I would go to the piano, start writing, and it just evolved. Just music helped me, hymns, worship songs, even just new music that
Okay.
you'll soon get a chance to hear. New
Yep.
music helped me through it all.
Nice, nice. Now, when it comes to your clients, when it comes to students in the room, and you're watching them, and they're in a moment where they're feeling like it's all coming together, and you know as the instructor, hey, I just want you to know if the mic goes off on you and it feels like it was the worst moment, it could be a down moment, but you need to know how to manage that. Or, you know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
prepped, you invited people in, and electricity went off, and you didn't get a chance to perform. Or they bumped you all together. They
Right.
bumped you all together because some high roller came in town, and they gave all the attention to that person, and they said, well, we ain't gonna have you sing no more, but you invited 20 people to come here, you sing, and you feel as though that's a blow. You feel it is a blow. How have you been able to probably advise people to not let whatever happened break them in their pursuit to maximizing their gift?
I always tell them that definitely it's a learning moment.
Yeah,
They have to see it.
yeah.
Even in that moment, I always advise anyone. I would say, fake them out.
Come on,
Do
right.
not be moved by it.
Yeah,
Singers, even presenting,
yeah,
even same thing with myself. I tell myself, fake them out.
yeah.
Don't nobody know
Come
what you're
on.
thinking, even though you're up there and your insides are like screaming and shaking. Oh my God! What? Oh my God! I mean, you fake them out. One thing, even I just learned in this fitness journey, one of the trainers would say, gain your composure, but
Wow.
it was like to the point where he said, gain it from the inside.
Yep,
Don't
yep,
try to bring it in,
yep,
try to figure it out from the outside.
yep.
But I always say, fake them out and keep. I mean, act like you look. That was supposed to happen.
Right.
If that mic went out, so if you hit the wrong note,
Yeah,
chuckle. If
yeah,
I said something, a word, your sentence was not flowing,
yeah.
say it and keep moving. Like that was supposed to happen.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Just keep it moving. I like
Keep it
that.
moving.
I like that. Last question, Trini, man. I appreciate you taking this time to
Thank
be a
you.
part of this morning conversation. We
Yes.
we we aim to inspire, and I'm of the belief one truth can change a person's life forever,
Oh yes. Oh
and
yes.
it can become the light bulb moment in somebody's destiny. They're like, oh my goodness, I was listening to this interview with
Yes.
Trini Green, with Ricardo Miller, and he said something, and the light bulb turned on, and everything for me
Yes.
changed. Just
Yes.
one
Mhm.
statement. And so I don't take sessions like this lightly. So thank you so much for sharing with us. But my last question, what advice will you give those viewing to keep their passion alive? Because obviously you've seen people where the fire went out. They had it, but they don't have it no more.
Right.
What would you say? Because I found that I've been doing what I've been doing for a long time. I've been in front for a long time, and I'm learning that you have to do the work to keep the fire
Yes.
from going out.
Oh
What
yes.
would you say has to be some things you do to keep yourself in the game per se?
Oh goodness. Um, that was a church mother. She actually told me she loved to hear me sing and play. and I use this a lot. She would always say, keep your spirit clean.
Wow. Wow.
She said, baby, the reason that I love what you do and how authentic it is because your spirit clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, just like I said, that's the preparation for anyone as you're, creating the life.
Yep. Yep.
Keep your spirit clean. When
Yep.
people are not doing, when people are not coming, when your season is not like you envisioned it,
Yep.
keep your spirit clean. Do not allow your heart to become angry. Do not allow your heart to become hardened
Yep.
because they're not doing like you envision or like you told them to do. So that would be something that I would say, even just to extend a quote by James Weldon Johnson.
Yeah.
He says, I vomited up all the things that they told me in order for me to walk around like I was a human, or like I was due to be here.
Yeah. Okay.
Vomit up everything else and
Wow.
always invest in who you know or what you believe that you are afforded to do.
Yep. Wow. Would you say that, I'm going to piggyback off of that before we go, invest? You are a coach, you're a trainer, you've been helping a lot of people. How important is it for in this hour for people to be with? Years ago, a lot of people, you were invested in, but it was so loosely invested that you just go about the church and they were singing and somebody tell you, hit that note, and you just got a lesson. You didn't even know you got a lesson.
Right.
But now it's an appointment. Now you got to have to schedule an appointment with
That's
somebody
it.
who knows that there is some value on that gift, and you're going to have to pay. How important is it to pay to play, to like literally make the investment to get to that next level? How important is that in your view of those that are watching?
Oh, 99%.
Yeah.
99.9.
Wow.
Because the way that society has changed and everything financial and people's financial status is not the same.
Right. Yes.
So it's like, if you're going to do this, you have to actually, you actually have to spend time with it to say, how can I do this to even just produce a good product to get where they believe. Just like this platform that you have. You had commercials and you clicking, and my face came up, but you may not be there.
Yeah.
So you have to start at, okay, let me just start with PowerPoint.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Build and evolve, and even just in these situations, getting counsel. Okay, Ricardo, this is what I have.
Yep.
How can I make this grow into what? And you may have some insight that can help me to grow. So you, as the individual or the creator, you got to put it in there 99.9 whatever. And don't allow that other small percentage to come from people. And I think that's where a lot of people switch it. They want the 99 from, just because you have a product. Everybody's supposed to.
Wow. Wow. Trini Green, this has been great, man. We're gonna have to do this again. We're gonna have to do this again. I'm grateful that you took some time. Like I said, what you shared on so many levels, I was like, oh my goodness, that's a confirmation, that's a reminder, that's a need for everybody to hear. Before we go, how can people find you? What is it that you're offering now, that even if somebody wanted to connect with you, how can they do that? I know you have some music coming out soon.
Yes.
Just give us a quick snapshot of what's going on.
Yes, vocal training. They can message me on Facebook at Trini Green. I tell them, just think of Trinidad without the dad, Trini, because they may think Trinity or Trina, or just think Trinidad without the dad. So they can actually message me there. A lot of evolving, just like the question that you're saying, I'm evolving to a greater platform, being now that social media is the highlight of everything. I have new music actually coming out featuring Trini Green. I've actually been featured on some other things, so they'll actually get a chance to, I'm getting back in the saddle.
Come
And
on.
I'm coming back to the stage, and
Nice.
the singers that I have coming and presenting, that I've trained, that I've worked with, we're coming through. So look for us, connect with us there. I'm a mobile vocal and piano teacher. I just love music education.
Yeah.
As well as now Change Embassy.
Yeah.
I'm actually a vocational leader here in the
Yes.
city of Marshall, so they can connect with me there. Facebook page there. We're growing
Good.
into Instagram and all the others and
Nice.
everything else, but we're slowly evolving and making a change in society.
Excellent. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just heard from Trini Green. Man, listen, I enjoyed this. We're going to have him back real soon.
Definitely.
I do a Monday night radio talk show, and we're going to have him back, and we'll be on a lot longer on that time. In addition,
Mm.
guys, I want you guys to know Fast Approaching is our upcoming effective living workshop. It's all about healthier, wealthier, and a happier you. Okay, healthier, wealthier, and a happier you. You want to take control of your life. Decide now that you're going to do what you need to do to get to where you're trying to go. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, listen, we got lessons, messages, and inspirational thoughts being delivered on
Mm.
those spaces on a daily basis. Check us out on YouTube for those videos. They're free, they're content that is just there, and you can utilize them to get you to the place that you're trying to go. But for those of you in the Dallas Forward area, make sure you attend the workshop. It's going to be a half-a-day workshop. It's going to be very loaded with practical stuff that you can do to change your life for the better. Trini, it's been a delight, man.
Yes.
Like I said, I listened to you a few times lately, and I said, man, I'm going to interview Trini because he's delivering, man. He's bringing it. He's bringing it. So
Yes.
appreciate you, my brother. We'll do
Thank
this again
you.
soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.